Today we're sharing some of our favorite moments with my band, y'all, and we're bringing you never-before-seen interviews from some of music's greatest names. That includes Avril Lavigne, and when she was here, we couldn't help but connect on the art of songwriting.
It's so funny because I ended up getting
music.
I was gonna say, as a songwriter, you write, even with Breakaway, the song that I ended up recording. I don't know why you did it, but I thank you for it. But
you did an amazing job.
Well, it's such a well-written song though, in the sense of like a story. It's such a great story and song, and that's like very country, like country music. And so I feel like, do you feel like that influenced you as a writer at all? Just in how you write songs? Because you write really well, like stories.
I love country music and I still listen to it today. Like I have a truck and I love country music and I listen to it. Yes.
I love my F-250. Her name is Betty and she's white.
I have a Raptor, a Ford Raptor.
I love it, I love it.
And so yeah, I love country music. I mean, everything, jazz, like, you know, rock and roll, I love it all.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, like country songs are amazing storytelling, like for sure. And like Breakaway, I was just listening to it backstage.
Oh my gosh.
You like slayed, by the way.
Well, here's the thing. I couldn't figure out. I was like, why didn't she do this? I was like, it's a killer song. I was like, why wouldn't she? But then I love your album, so I was listening to it and I was like, you were kind of right. I feel like it was a little different than the rest of your album, like vibe-wise. So
and it's funny, like the lyric used to be, I grew up in a small town and when the snow would fall down.
And I was like, do you think she'd mind if I change it to rain? I didn't grow up in snow. I was like, and you didn't, so I changed it to rain. Yeah.
And like, I hadn't like ever sang the song until like my last tour, my Head Above Water tour, and I performed it on stage and it was
I saw, people sent it to me. Yeah, it was so good.
But yeah.
At some point we have to sing together, at some point. Well, speaking of like inspiring artists, you inspired so many artists. And I know Billie Eilish, Olivia Rodrigo, like those are huge artists right now that I love as well as a ton of people do, but they all credit to you, like for being one of their idols that they like listened to and loved. Have you ever talked with them?
First of all, it's like so crazy to hear that, and it's like so flattering. And yeah, I've had the chance to meet Billie and Olivia, and they're both so incredible, and I love what they're doing. Their songwriting, they're just so like creatively talented. And yeah, I've had the chance to meet both of them.
They're both very raw, which I think you were as well, like whenever you first started too, like, and still now, but I just mean, I think that's what people loved about you. You're very honest about it, regardless of what you were saying. And I think that people really love, that's why I like, when I grew up with like Alanis, I felt like Alanis was that for me. Like
for sure.
I love that she was just honest about it. And I think that that's true for Olivia and Billie, and you know, them giving you credit for having, you know, kind of being a pioneer for them, in the sense of feeling like they could own that and say it and be honest is really cool.
It is really cool.
Yeah.
I love what they're doing. Like, they're so young and they're songwriters, and I feel like they're like not, like they're just like being so raw and sincere and like writing from their experiences, and that's why like people are relating to their music. And I think when you're that young too, you don't really think about like how big the career could be, how many people could be listening to it.
It's just like therapy almost. Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. And I feel like that's kind of like what my vibe was too. Like, I had no idea what was like gonna happen to me in my life or like how big my first record would be, but yeah, for sure.